Alright boys, what's happening? Welcome back to another Call of Duty Warzone video here on the channel. Now today is the 30th of June and Infinity Ward have released the latest patch for Season 4. As you can see on the screen in front of you right now, we are going to go through the patch notes, bring you guys like the information that you need to know as quickly as possible. There's no BS on this channel. We are just trying to bring you the information as quickly as we possibly can. Now you can see on screen here, there's a little teaser image showing just like a general overview really of what is coming out in this patch. But there are some in-depth patch notes which we do need to get into. And I just first of all want to say apologies for any background noise. There's some absolute neek outside with a leaf blower. I don't know what he's doing. It's currently about 12, it's midday, and he's outside with a leaf blower. Like, get a life, mate. But yeah, jumping straight into this, the first new change is that there is a playlist update in quads. Now, quads has been made into 200 players. They've added an extra 50 players to quads. As you can see, it says there, Battle Royale quads with 200 players. In solos, duos, trios, it's still 150 players, but quads is now 200 players. This replaces the normal 150 players quads because obviously Infinity Ward can't bring out a new playlist without removing one of the other ones for some reason. But yeah, that is going to be crazy. You can guarantee that the kill record is going to be broken, the world record for kills. Like, imagine being in a 200 players game and then a jailbreak happens as well. Kills up for grabs is crazy. But yeah, the next thing that has come out in this update is the supply run contract. Upon activation, you and your squad will be directed to a nearby buy station, and if you reach it within the time limit that you get a discount on the buy station purchases. Now this is huge. This could replace the tactic of, like, say you're coming in from the Gulag and you need to get your teammates back because say you're playing trios, you were the only squad mates who come back, you go and get a scavenger contract in to buy your teammates back. If you drop in and get a supply run contract, I mean, we don't know yet what does get a discount, so we don't know if buying your teammates from the shop is discounted, but if that is the case, that will be huge. Jump in, get a supply run contract, get to that buy station and get your teammates back and get back into the game. The next new update is the spotter scope. Think of it as a high-powered sniper scope without the glint. Now, this is a reusable scope that allows you to scan the environment around you and mark enemies without being detected. It's perfect for scouting ahead, and the spotter scope is a great tool for operators who want to plan their next move whilst keeping a low profile. Now, this is a strange one. We don't know how this is going to work yet. Whether this is going to be like a secondary weapon, you equip it instead of a pistol, or whether it's going to be in the kill streak section, where the UAV, shield turret, all that stuff is, whether it's going to be there, or whether it's going to be a field upgrade like Dead Silence, or whether it's going to be tactical equipment in your class, instead of a heartbeat sensor or a stun grenade. We're not sure yet what that is going to be, but it will be interesting to jump in and find out, because that will be very helpful, especially for people who like sniping, especially for me. I'm a console player. The render distance on consoles isn't great, so being able to use this spotter scope thing and look off into the distance and see people around you and mark them, it's a huge benefit for console players especially. There are a few updates for multiplayer and the special ops mode, but over here on the channel we only play Warzone really, so we're just going to focus on the Warzone updates. Now you can see in front of you there are new Gulag weapons, boys, which is huge. The Gulag now includes semi-auto rifles, sniper rifles, and along with one class which is just fists and a throwing knife. Now, I'm very happy about this because I hate the new Gulag. Ever since he changed it from pistols, it took that element away from the Gulag that made it fun, in a sense, do you know what I mean? Because with the pistols, it was about who was the better player and who could win that gunfight. But then once they brought in, like, decoy grenades are so pointless in the Gulag. Once they brought in C4s, like, you can just lob it across the map and pick up the kill. It takes no skill. And rush with stun grenade and rush with MP5. It took no skill, but it's going to be interesting to see how sniper rifles and semi-auto rifles are included into the Gulag, and that just fists and a throwing knife loadout sounds very fun. I can't even lie to you. I can picture people throwing a throwing knife at each other, running out and then trying to juke each other to try and punch each other up. But yeah, as you can see there, we've already mentioned there's a Battle Royale quads 200 mode, and then that's just the other modes on the screen there. Now, there are a lot of general fixes, but some of them just aren't relevant, so I am going to go through and just list off the most important ones for us Warzone players. One of the first main fixes that I think is a very nice addition is that long shot now display the distance in the feed. So say you pick up a sniper kill from missions away, and you want to know how far away the sniper kill was because it was a far distance. Like, it will say now in the feed how far that kill was from, which I think is it's a small feature, but it's a very nice one, you know, because it'd be sick to say, oh, I picked up a 400-meter snipe there, and then you can see it in the chat and people know that you're not lying. Yeah, that's a very nice addition. Yeah, that's it for the general fixes, really. There's not much to note in that section, but this is what we're really interested in, the Warzone fixes. The first Warzone fix is that the gas mask now cracks when you're taking damage near or in the circle. Now, this is very confusing. I don't exactly know what that means. So if you've got a gas mask on and you're in the gas and someone shoots at you, that cracks the gas mask. Is that how that's going to work? I'm not too sure what it means, especially saying near the circle as well. Originally, the gas mask would go down to that last tick and then crack when it was about to obviously run out of life, basically. But I don't know whether that means now it's going to get gradually going to crack instead of cracking at that last place. So you'll have like cracks across the screen, so you won't be able to see. Say you're running out the gas and there's enemies in front of you, you won't be able to see them because there's cracks across the glass. I'm not too sure how that's going to work. It'll be interesting to find out once we can jump into a game. Obviously, my game's just updating at the minute, so I can't bring any gameplay to you or any further details about this stuff on the screen here. But we will get into that very soon in the near future. Another huge update for Warzone is that the team wiped message now appears in the kill feed for your whole squad to see. Now, this is huge because it just helps with communication. Obviously, seeing that team wipe message, sometimes you can miss it and then you don't know if there's another enemy about or if you have got the team wipe. So seeing that in the kill feed for the whole squad to see, that's very beneficial, especially say you're playing online with randomers and people you don't know or you're not in an Xbox party with or speaking to on the headset. If you're playing like with randoms online, the communication isn't there, so seeing that team wipe message in the chat is huge. Another update I'm very happy about is that the audio for supply choppers is now fixed. The supply choppers were so loud, like it actually made it impossible to hear anything else. You could be in a gunfight trying to listen out for footsteps and then you'd get that notification on screen, supply choppers inbound, and then you wouldn't be able to hear a thing. And even once the choppers had gone, you could still hear the noise reverberating in your ears because it was that loud. But yeah, like it says there, preventing players from hearing most sounds and communicating with the squad, it's been adjusted so the supply choppers are now quieter. Another supply chopper update is that I didn't actually experience this, but during the supply chopper event, some supply choppers may spawn from underneath the map and kill players positioned on top of these locations as they raised up through the map. Now, I didn't experience that myself, but if I did, I would have been very annoyed because that's a crazy bug. Like, imagine you're having a sick game, you're on for a good amount of kills and maybe go for the win, and next minute a helicopter just comes out the ground and takes you out. I would have been fuming if that did happen to me, but like I say, me and nobody that I know has experienced that. But yeah, it's good that that's been fixed. There's also a fix for the final circle being too close over areas that players can't access, such as the middle of stadium. Now, I thought they'd already fixed this. You know, sometimes the final circle would end on top of stadium, so people who were already up there, who'd got a helicopter and got base up there during the match, they'd win the game because you can't get up there and get to them. I thought they did already fix that in a previous patch. They did mention that, so I think this is just a further little tweak to that patch to make sure that it doesn't happen. Another area that I've noticed, which is hard to get to, is the final circle, is the top of dam. Now, I've died a few times being at the bottom of the dam and the final circle's at the top, and you just can't get up there and you just end up getting gassed out by the storm. But yeah, boys, this is the moment that everyone has been waiting for, the weapons, buffs and nerfs. Now, you can see straight away there are some ammo adjustments, start ammo and max ammo adjustments for the M4, the CR56 AMAX, SKS, Striker, Scar, Odin. But what we are getting into is the buffs and nerfs. The AX50 now has an increased damage range. Now, anyone who's watched my previous Warzone videos or knows me as a Warzone player, I don't like the AX50 at all. Because the bullet drop on it is just, it's too hard to get used to. The HDR is just a far superior sniper rifle compared to the AX50, in my opinion. I just find it so much better. You can go back on my channel and take a look at some of my videos. I've got a video called The Most Underrated Class on Warzone, and I just absolutely kill and absolutely go ham with the HDR. And as you can see, the HDR has been buffed, so it's now a guaranteed one hit to lower torso at any range. Now, obviously, that will be on multiplayer as a guaranteed one hit. But that does mean for Warzone, so obviously in Warzone you have 250 health, I believe it is, whereas multiplayer you only have 100 health, I believe. So yeah, it's now a guaranteed one hit to lower torso at any range, which is still huge, which makes it a 2 hit to the lower torso on Warzone, or maybe a 3 hit, depending on what the damage actually is for that. But the Kar 98K has increased ADS speed, a small decrease to hip spread, and increased damage range. This is huge. The Kar 98K is actually a very fun weapon to use because the ADS speed is already so quick once you do put certain attachments on it, and they've increased the ADS speed even further, so this could be a viable option to use in Warzone now, depending on how much that ADS speed has increased by. That could be a huge change to the Kar 98K. There's an update there to the MK2 carbine and the Dragunov, but that's just irrelevant. If you use any of those weapons, you are just a freak. The FAL has had a change as well, but if you use the FAL again, you're a freak. AK-47 increased ADS speed. Good gun, the AK-47, but it's not really, no one really uses that. CR56 AMAX has had a decreased damage range. Now that's weird, because as we'll get to in a minute, they have nerfed the Grau, so I thought the Galil or the CR56 AMAX was going to be the new replacement for the Grau, but they have decreased the damage range, which is weird because there is a bit of recoil on the gun. You know, it packs a punch, it's got that 7.5, 6 rounds, whatever it's got. The same it uses the same ammo as the AK-47, so it's higher rounds, so the recoil is higher. So to decrease the damage range, that is quite strange. That is a weird nerf. So it will be interesting to see what guns are going to be the new meta in Call of Duty Warzone. And speaking of the meta, the MP5 has been nerfed, boys. It's had decreased damage range, decreased 10mm bullets damage range, reduced long-range damage to the 10mm ammo, and slight recoil increase to the 10mm ammo. Now, for us Warzone players, no one really uses the 30-round mag, the 10mm bullets. You use the 45-round mag. But still, the damage range has been decreased for the MP5 overall, which is strange again. Like, this is a weird nerf, because I didn't think that the damage range on the MP5 was good enough. I thought, if anything, it needed buffing, because at medium to long range, well, obviously not long range, but even at those short range gunfights, if they were a little too far away from you, you just wouldn't get the kill. Like, the damage felt so bad at range, and they decreased that even further. So it will be interesting to see how much that does affect the gun, because at range anyway, I didn't like the MP5. It was quite bad at range anyway, so I don't know if this will mean the MP5 isn't usable anymore, or what that's going to do to the gun, really. But yeah, boys, this is the big one. This is the big one. Everyone's been waiting for this. The Grau 556 has been nerfed. It's had a damage range reduction, a slight increase to high frequency recoil, and reduced recoil compensation and damage range on the Tempest Archangel barrel and the Nexus barrel. This is huge, you know, it's just made the gun worse in every aspect of the gun. Everyone who uses the Grau uses the Tempest Archangel barrel. Some freaks use the Nexus barrel, but obviously there's an increase to recoil. The Grau had practically no recoil whatsoever. If you looked at the recoil pattern of that gun, if you just aimed at a wall and shot, there was practically no recoil at all. And there's also the damage range reduction, which obviously, as people know, the Grau used to be able to challenge snipers. It was that good at range. Honestly, you could see that sniper glint in the distance and start pinging them with the Grau and challenge that sniper with the Grau, but the damage range has been reduced, which is huge. Like I say, it'll be interesting to get it once we do get into some games in these upcoming weeks, find the new meta, see what guns are good, and as soon as we do find that, actually, I will bring a class setup to you guys, so keep an eye out for that on the channel. There has been some changes to shotgun slugs, but I don't really use shotguns, I don't know anyone who does, so that's irrelevant. The no stock attachment has increased weapon recoil and decreased ADS aiming steadiness. Now, I think that's just an overall patch to the no stock attachment, which is just a weird one again. Like, they're just coming at our necks here with all these weapon nerfs. It's not even on a specific gun, they've just increased the recoil and decreased the aim and steadiness for the no stock attachments when you do equip that, which I thought the recoil with the no stock attachment anyway was bad enough, so to increase that, it's like, what gun are we going to use now, Infinity Ward? Tell us, you show us what class we should use now, because you're just patching everything. There has been some special ops nerfs as well, but we won't get into that because we don't play it. But yeah, boys, that is everything you need to know about this mid-season patch for Call of Duty Warzone Season 4. Now, I hope you did enjoy this video, and I hope I did get this information to you as quick as possible. No BS, like I said, didn't want to mess around, just want to get this information out to you. If you did enjoy this video and it was helpful to you, please do smash like on the video and subscribe if you're new around here. Keep an eye out for more Warzone content on the channel. Check out some other videos on the channel that's out already. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Thanks very much. Like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video, boys. Take it easy.